think that when you've only got a minute, you have to like act on instinct, and when you see what their instincts are, it helps you become a better player because you know what the basics like. You can see, like the best way to learn turn ordering is watch Blitz Pit, and the best like obviously there's going to be mistakes, but when you see a top guy going, this is what I value the most, so I'm going to do this move first, this move second, this move third, and all like with 10 seconds, 15 seconds to think about it, like it lets you as a viewer or a Blood Bowl player like prioritize your turn, so like you can expand that over 2 minutes and then you get the extra time to think about it, but like you can see what the top boys want from Blood Bowl. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
1 minute, yeah, 1 minute turns. It's NAF style. It's like what else? How else do you describe Blitz Pit? It's yeah, that's it. It's 1 minute turns, NAF style, Blood Bowl, and
Competition.
and they're all top coaches. They're all top coaches. There's no one in this competition that doesn't deserve to be here, basically. And,
Yeah, one thing that Garion some time ago highlighted was that, and many coaches, that the more time you have, you don't necessarily play
you waste it.
better. You can play a little bit better with 1 more minute, but you won't play twice as good with 3 minutes more. And the more time you have, the less you can use it to actually play well. So 1 minute turns is like, let's have top coaches doing Blood Bowl at their finest and hardest shape, right?
Absolutely. It's like, yeah, raw Blood Bowl, like you say. So there's been a rock already. It was just a stun. Dio's setup this is the kill, the tree killing setup. So he's obviously gone all out to knock this tree over.
Yeah. This is always really important, because if you don't get that tree out of the game in terms of not standing up, and you can get trapped with a lot of players surrounding the tree, and movement 7, movement 8, movement 9 elves, going into your field.
I think it's very scary. Has the tree got blocked?
It is.
Okay, the tree hasn't got blocked. So yeah, he's got the knockdown. He actually failed the Dauntless. It was a 4+ Dauntless. But he has now got to protect the ball. So you pick this up, you go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do like, I don't know if he... Oh, no. You can move this guy. So he gets the full cage. Which is fairly decent. And this is the scary part for the Dwarves. He's kind of averted the scary part, which is the... If this composition wanted best coach around, why didn't they invite me? Hate to break it to you, Glow Dude.
So now here, Bright has 2 ways of facing the match. Trying to stay back, avoid contact, let the turns go by, and
I'd stay back and wait for the stuns.
Yeah, and not only that, but try to stop the match and play an all-in play late in the half, because Dwarves cannot recover from a all-in play that is successful late in the half. And anyway, they don't care about failing that all-in, because they will surely score and face another whole half of defensive drive. So that's probably what we can see if Bright chooses to stay away. The other things go in Arian.
Anarian is hyper aggressive. He's going Anarian, mate. He's going Anarian on this.
Yep, he is, and I love that. I told you beforehand, if I remember well, that Bright was actually really aggressive.
I didn't.
As a coach.
Yeah. I did not expect this. I did not expect this, and I'm quite chuffed. I'm quietly chuffed that he is so aggressive. I mean, Dio. I think Dio dodges out here. I don't think Dio entertains it. I think he takes the 1 in 9 dodge, and then moves up the right side. Or no, hang on. There's a chain push here. There is a chain push here. You put the guard in here. You blitz, and you can chain push everyone out. Yeah, yeah. So I expect the guard to go in here. I expect a blitz from this square. Chain push this guy out. Run the runner up, and then move over.
Hello, good day, Nick.
Yeah, hello, Nick. Okay, he's not going for the chain push. So it looks like he's going for the dodge, unless he's going for the hit with the ball carrier.
He can just stay there and fight. This is one of the things you try to
8
to win.
or whatever it is, yeah.
One of the winning conditions against elves is that okay, you come and you press me to see if you can get the ball loose. But what I do is I hold my ground and fight back because you are baiting my guys.
Yeah.
If whilst fighting back I start getting attrition, I remove your pieces, suddenly I am in a stronger position. It is harder for you to press me. And I think that's what Dio is choosing here. He's choosing to stay there, hold his ground. It is too early to be concerned about being far from the opponent's end zone. So he's just fishing for removals.
He's basing the only piece without block. Not that scary for Woodies. Yeah, but I think I think what Bright is doing is he's trying to create the defense in Dio's half rather than screen off straight away. Because if he screens off straight away, he's just giving ground. So I think start the defense in Dio's half and slow him down as much as possible. But then Dio is a great player, and he's like, I'm not threatened by this. I will stay here and I will punch you.
Yeah, one of the things that Bright bought with that strat is that now he has the tree back on his fit. So and now it is going to be really difficult for Dionysian to set that tree down again. So that's what Bright has out of this, and he can also have a dwarf out of position there.
The Longbeard here, yeah. Hackers. Oh, you don't reroll that. What? What? I'm surprised at that reroll.
This is how a Longbeard that is split from the team can turn into a nightmare.
That was unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. Now he's dodging off a tackle. Is there a guy behind the tree? No. There we go, War Dancer. And a stun. Stun off the dodge.
Wow, you hold your breath every time there is an armor value test on a War Dancer.
And that was after reroll as well. I don't think I would have rerolled the dub skull. I don't know, because it would have been based.
It was the leader. It was the leader.
Yeah.
And you know, the War Dancer could have been fouled. So
War Dancer
it's not
was
crazy
on the floor.
bad.
War Dancer was on the floor.
Exactly, he could have been fouled, right?
Oh, fouled. Sorry, I thought you said fouled.
Fouled,
yeah,
yes, fouled. Sorry.
I don't know if Dio's a big fan of fouling. I don't know. Has he got?
He has one in the bench.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I would 100% fouled. Yeah. I mean, he's runner. He's gonna take a dauntless hit at that tree.
I don't know about that, but what we can see here is that he is taking as much field forward as he can. So that's an interesting choice. He's foreseeing that the elves can really easy screen him off and just may run out of time before he is in scoring range. If with that tree up and no attrition so far. But at the same time, he has a cage that is in the front line. That's not such a solid spot when you have the rest of your team invested in one area, and the thing that you have more forward in your opponent's field is the cage. Tree
He's really
going
going for
down,
that tree,
that's big. That's big. That's actually really big, because if that Dauntless failed, that would be red dice with an armor 8 on a mighty blow.
Dio's got no guard on the right side of his cage either.
So if Bright so wishes to
That catcher
continue,
can come here and then he can blitz on a 1D on the runner without block. There's no guard. One of these should be guard.
or he can just apply pressure there, because now the cage is isolated in the right. If he goes for the mighty blow dwarf, he can have the mighty blow down and the ball based, and all the dwarf team is all in the left with the tree standing, and suddenly the ball is so exposed to the elf team.
He's basically would stall out now. I think I would go for the ball. I think I genuinely would go for the ball here. I'd run I'd run this catch around here, and then I would leap into this square. I'd take the 1D. Okay, no. I mean, it's greedy, yeah, it is greedy. You don't
Do you remember what we said about going too early, all in?
Yeah, it's going too early, yeah. Fixed skull doing a job.
If he had blitzed the mighty blow instead, he could take the right corner of the cage, like basing the ball with multiple pieces, and the mighty blow would be down. Now, what we see instead of this is the mighty blow being standing in front of strength 2 pieces that are really sensitive to mighty blow. So I would have preferred the blitz on the mighty blow.
Tough spot for Dio. Dio sets up traps like that as well. Like, Dio will do that on purpose, so you go for it, and it's not necessarily great. So
I know he's Dio, but right now I cannot agree with that cage being positioned and so forward, and with the rest of the team left stuck on the tree, and
yeah.
I cannot agree with that. I would have probably go slower, but maybe Theo is right and I'm wrong.
No. I mean, like, it's really hard to tell with Dio what's a mistake and what is, like, left on purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we can only speak about what we feel, right?
Yeah, I think that was like, yeah, I feel like the Wood Elves look solid at the moment.
But then again, if that Blitz from Bright would have been on the mighty blow, things would have been really different. The pressure would have been.
The ball carrier would have demanded the blitz because you have to free the ball carrier, and he's got no dodge. Yeah, like, so, I'm a big fan of that myself. Yak, is like putting people in positions that are necessarily not the best positions for them to be in, but the fact that you are commanding your opponent's blitz by putting them under pressure. So by having someone on the ball, as an example, they have to blitz that, and it's taking it away from another target, which you can put in a position that you wouldn't normally put in that position. They can either greed the target that you're feeding them, or you can keep the pressure on the ball. So it's like,
I couldn't express that better than you said. You basically control your opponent, and your opponent reacts. So if you're in the position of control, you may lose the match, because you may lose the match and your opponent may get the attrition, but it is a playstyle. It is a very solid playstyle to control the match, to know why you lose the match and when you lose them. You decide basically when you're gonna go for the play.
I'm deciding your blitz. Yeah, exactly. Right.
That will win you or lose the match. Yes, exactly. See how strong is now Dionysian in that position compared to before.
okay. I mean, I don't know about the dwarf in the back. Like,
It's so stronger now that there's no leaping. There's no chance to solidly base the ball because there would be always a hit. Even
AV8 hit here. AV8 with mighty blow.
yep,
There we go. Armor break.
injury.
Kaz. There we go.
And what is even maybe more important is that 2 dwarves are based now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Because dwarves struggle to move forward against elves. Elves can just screen, push, screen, push, screen, and dwarves have a really tough time getting into scoring range after the end of turn of the first half. So actually that Longbeard down the field maybe the only option this for Dionysian to score this drive.
That's terrifying. That is terrifying.
This is Bloodbowl. It is a D6. It's a 3+ or a 4+ with a pass reroll, and then a 4+ with a reroll. It's not even crazy, but of course, I guess that if we come to that, there would be elves in the middle.
Going for the leader. Gets the leader. Bang.
Yeah, that's also big.
That's huge. That's absolutely massive for the second half. And kicks.
That's a lot of value going out of the pitch.
Well, if it's the overtime format. I'm surprised there's no Apo there. Has he even got an Apo? He hasn't got an Apo.
I am also surprised that the leader was in front and the wrestle was behind.
Yeah. Massive value for Dio. On a turn that looked really horrible and really...
So far I've seen Bright. I've seen Dio moving the cage to rushing forward. I didn't like that. I've seen Bright blitzing where I didn't like and not pressuring when Dio's mistake. And also I've seen Bright placing that wrestle quite awfully.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's like really hard to say leader or Apo. Well, leader's 20k. I don't know how you get the Apo in the team. He's only got 11 players. But that's huge. That is huge. The Apo Kaz there is huge, and the tree stun there is huge. And now Dio looks quite comfortable. From quite a uncomfortable spot. Like,
I wouldn't be eased if I was Dio, because even in this situation, if Bright gets rid of the Longbeard that is down the field, I think that is a priority. I would not go for the ball here. It is turn 6 for Dio, and you can screen if you get rid of that Longbeard that is behind the lines. I'm not so sure about this play.
I would have gone for the ball earlier, but that's me being a bad player. But I would have gone for the ball earlier. And then, like, once you get an opponent
What
back,
is he getting with this
I don't know.
push?
I don't know.
A 1D on the ball with tackle with block? No, that's his strength. Oh,
No,
okay.
there's
A
guard
1
everywhere. No. He can get a 1D.
a 1D on a
Yeah.
3+ with wrestle
With no block.
with no block.
Gets
And
the
he gets
foul. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Okay, out of all the combinations, oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, and now Dio can just chain push this out really easily. Dio just hits.
Yeah, but at the same time, the ball is on a movement 4 hands.
Yeah.
So it is not over.
I'd chain push him out and then I'd blitz through the catcher. Oh no. Okay, now we can't.
Yeah, now Bright is scrumming the ball, getting that ball dirty.
Well,
so
this could go either way, yeah, can it? Like, it could end up with 4 elves left on the pitch, or it could end up with a turnover. This is very... That's the War Dancer getting punched. That's the War Dancer getting a KO. That's the Strip Baller as well. which is arguably the better of the
Does
two
he?
dancers.
There are no babes. Well, that's the street ball war dancer, so yeah, no Apo there is.
He's got no
Cage.
Apo. He's got no Apo. He's just
Oh,
got.
he's got no Apo.
He's got no Apo. There is no Apo in this build. I would have
Oh
Apo'd the
my
leader.
god.
I legitimately would have Apo'd the leader.
Yeah, I was really strange that he didn't, but now I understand. He doesn't have an Apo. That's a really ballsy build.
It's ballsy. Yeah, it's one word for it. Yeah. And I don't know what Dio's doing with the ball, 'cause it's going to be double based. Like, no matter what he does here. He can hit with a guard, so he can hit this guy, but then he's still going to be based by the catcher with short hands. Okay, no, he's... Power... You can't follow.
He is going to follow.
I'm so confused. Oh, okay,
In front of him,
Blitz. Yeah, some
yeah.
Blitz. Right, okay. And he gets him down. And then he's got the guard everywhere. I think this is an easy score for Dio. I think Dio's played this really well. Congrats, Dio. Well played. Very scary, but not that scary when you think about it. And I think L's going to get punished for not having an Apo.
Elves are getting punished for the wrong blitz in 3 turns ago. They are getting punished for going in for the ball instead of going for screening and stopping the score.
Like, Dio is probably laughing his head off right now. Like, I think Dio is more than comfortable here. Without, like, a red D-sack. He's down 4 L's.
I would go for the red D-sack with wrestle.
Yeah,
unless,
well, what else have you got? What else have you got? Like, that's a dodgy dodge, though. That is a
if it was turn 8 for the Dwarves, it is turn 7. It is still turn 7. This is why going in 1 turn early can win you or lose you the match.
Oh? No. No. Yeah, I would have gone, like, I know it's bad and I don't think it's the right play, but I would have gone that turn that Dio... I think Dio set the trap. Asking him to go for it, but I would have gone for it. I would have 100% gone for it. Like, watching an Aryan play Bloodbowl. Like...
I have the feeling, I don't know you, Dini, but I have the feeling that Dio made a mistake with that forwarded cage.
Yeah.
That was a losing mistake, that he could just end this half very easily, 0-0.
Yeah.
With that forward cage, but then Bright didn't punish that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with Dio, though. Like, you double guess yourself. You're like, has he left this on purpose or what? Like, but I think I definitely would have gone for it. It's a 2+. It's a 2+. Well, it's a 50% ball sack basically. He gave him a 50% ball sack, and the only dice you roll is the leap, and you got to re-roll, and then. Like,
I think that Dio here only needs to roll a 3+ handoff to a movement 6, and that's it. Or even movement 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. GFI. If he does the handoff to the blitzer to avoid the leaping from the war dancer, he can have the ball in block hands, and it's a 3+ this turn with a reroll, and 2+ next turn with a reroll. Or he can go for the handoff to a runner.
Does he even need to? Oh, he does.
Unless he goes for GFIs now, he will need.
But even if he doesn't score, I still put him favourite to win the second half with him. Well, it depends on the KO rolls, but
if he doesn't score, the game is so open. But if he does score, I would rely on the KOs. If the KOs don't come back, it's really uphill for Bright from there.
And that's no tackle on the dancer. That's just an imaginary screen.
He's not gonna hand off.
He's gonna go for the GFIs. Wow.
But that's leaving him quite open, right?
He's gonna guard it up and just give him red dice. He needs a double pow.
But that's also more GFIs like that one. And I mean, on a red with red dice.
But it's a 1 GFI with the reroll. I don't hate it.
If you well, first of all, I would blitz with the wrestler. Getting a push means that Dio needs to make 2 GFIs.
Well, it's going to be red dice. No matter what happens, it's going to be red dice. There's no real recovery. The recovery is the sure hands.
There is recovery if he blitzes with the wrestler on a red dice, gets the ball down, the war dancer can recover that ball.
No reroll.
No reroll for that.
GG Dio. That's first half, and then we need the 2 KOs back for the Wood Elves, or it might be
GG a very short match.
Yeah, it could be GG at this point. If the dancer don't come back. Wow, the catcher, it's the best catcher, isn't it, really? Oh, if this dancer goes... No, it's fine. He's going to get the 2 KO rolls, though. He's going to get the turn 8 KO roll and the turn 9 KO roll. He's going to go for the foul. No, oh no, he's going for the 3 dice. Okay. Very calm. Like, Dio, very calm. I would have gone... What? Oh, he's scattering it. What? In case it fails to GFI. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Okay. That's something like a 2 extra %.
Yeah. This is quite comfortable for Dio, honestly. And then what's the plan on what? Or like, what's the Wood Elf plan? Like, just bang it in, or like play for overtime, or what?
Well, if I'm bright, I play for the overtime. I don't bang it in because I don't have now the pieces to press Dio. It's not like I have a wizard.
Yeah.
And you know, Dio can spend 8 turns removing my players. I only need 4 players to score in overtime if I win the toss.
Oh, well, no, it's Rez, mate. The next match, this is Rez, so he will have his full team in the losers bracket. Like, there's no Perms or Kaz or anything like that. Basically,
both KOs back.
Yeah, both. Yeah, I'd bang it in, mate. I would literally bang it in, and I'd go for a blitz or any kind of kickoff event like a pitch invasion.
I think you can wait and see what Dio does, and because that's if there is a team that can score whenever they want.
Wood Elves.
As that being a strength of the team, that's Wood Elves.
Show Me Magic has just said that Rick is down 3 Tomb Guardians at halftime. Oh, poor Rick.
That's tough. But how did the chef do on Rick's match? Show Me Magic.
How did the chef? Yeah, how did the chef do? Show me. Did he actually get the rerolls? He's getting dice to fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Rick's team was a joke team. No matter what Rick tells you, it was an absolute joke of a team.
None rerolls taken by the chef first half.
Yeah, 2 in the second half. So the second half will be more interesting, but he's got no Tomb Guardians.
That's a sad start. That's one of the things I love about Bloodbowl. You can play some builds that are all in from the minute 1. That like you can get a lot of equity or almost lose the match in the first turn. There are some builds that are for gamblers. Okay, he's not only trying to score quick. He's trying to go for the one-turn Tatsan. And he double skulls. This is a 3+ catch. That was ballsy. But okay, sorry. This is the my bad. This is the one-turn Tatsan attempt. Of course, he needs to go for the one-turn Tatsan attempt.
No, I'm not.
Hello, Dini.
I'm here.
We are watching the one-turn Tatsan attempt try from Bright.
How the hell did you do this?
He
One.
is in range.
Yeah. There's no tackle. Oh.
Oh.
No reroll. Oh, he's got the reroll.
Yep.
Roll to 6. Oh!
And he gets it.
Baby!
That was a beautiful one-turn
Oh
Tatsan
my
attempt.
god!
I had even disregarded it. I wasn't aware that it was turn 8 yet when he started to set up the one-turn Tatsan.
I bet Dio's livid.
And it was beautiful.
Oh my
That
God.
was worth watching. I mean, if you have time, rewatch that because Bright played that really well. And I don't know if Dio could have defended better with the tackle pieces, but I don't know.
I did not expect that. I just genuinely ripped that off.
It was a beautiful. There's something I like to do when commentating, and it's not so much talking about the mistakes, but talking about things that are really well, because sometimes we don't give enough
Credit,
time
yeah.
and attention to good plays, and people will learn if you point out what is good rather than what is bad.
That was insanely good.
And that one-turn Tatsan attempt in 1
Separates
minute
the men from the boys.
was beautiful.
Yeah. You want to be a great Blood Bowl player, you got to learn how to do that.
Yeah, there's just for everyone to understand it. Okay, maybe Bright is a fucking genius, or
Bright is
he
good. Bright is good.
learned by heart some of the moves that you saw there. Of course, there are always some variations, but you need to learn by heart some of the basic positions. For example, where the catcher needs to be to end up getting the pass. That's something you need to learn by heart. Like, okay, the catcher needs to be in this corner in front of the 3 of the line of scrimmage, so he will end up being the one receiving the ball. You need to practice that.
Mate, that's a heavy swing. Like, I literally thought Dio had the game done, and that is a heavy swing for Woodies.
Yeah, and now I can see the Goodies going for the early score. They are in such a comfortable position to just score.
I reckon they can drag this out for like 3 turns at least.
If they may do that, but it depends also on how many elves are based when they can score, because you may also just save the attrition, and you know, one more turn for dwarves, it's not so much.
This is quite. This is quite a. You pick it up, you just hand it off to the catcher. You run this catcher around the back.
No, but the runners are in range, right? One of the runners is in range.
Sure hands,
to
do
ma-
anything, guys. Sure hands. Doing an absolute thing. catch, doing a thing.
Yeah, it is beautiful when the skills pop up, right?
All the inbuilt rerolls. It's infuriating. I never play Wood Elves, so this is tilting me. This is actually tilting me.
This is also what you do with Kislev. You try to concatenate a actions that all have inbuilt rerolls, and
Yeah,
the only
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that you don't is the leap.
Minimize the risk, yeah.
So you can end up a whole, because there are teams that rely on not only getting the sack but
Sure.
also recovering the ball and putting it into placing it into safety.
I don't think he... Okay, yeah, the catch is fine. Catcher goes here.
Yeah, and the other catcher is gonna set up another scoring
Like
threat
here.
just in
No,
case.
catcher goes...
The other catcher just goes deep.
And then you just try...
Now Dion needs to set up so that he needs to score, because, for example,
Yeah.
if Dio
Dio
leaves
needs
the
6 turns. Dio needs 6 turns.
yeah, if Dio doesn't press the side where the other catcher is, Bright might be tempted to just try to hand off to pass to the other catcher and stall there.
The other cat... Oh, okay, this one over here. Yeah, okay. Ah, so this is the blitz, and then he's going to base the catcher. So he's blitzing with the mighty blow. 1, 2. That's a
Kevin
double
Mike,
GFI.
what I do to practice the one turn touchdowns attempts is, first on a notebook you draw the situation, and you go movement by movement. You draw again the situation but with a new movement, and you end up with 9 Bloodbowl movements or 8. It's not so many, but it is a puzzle that you solve in a notebook until you get to it, and there are so many ways to solve it. So you just practice them, and that's the best way in my opinion. Then you can set up a friendly local match. And
How many Wood Elves do you need to stall here?
to stall
1, 2. I think you can get another turn out of
3
this.
3 plus the ball carrier.
Yeah, yeah.
If you But you would need to do 2 pluses without dodge because of the tackle.
Oh, wrestle.
So I'm not so sure about the stall.
Just bang
It's
it in
quite
now.
risky.
Just bang it in, yeah.
It's quite risky. I mean, on a 136, you lose the match.
Yeah, but then... Okay, so it's overtime, isn't it, really? Like, you just bang it in and then pray you win the kick.
Yeah, I mean, you're even happy to roll that KO back.
Yeah, you bang it in. You,
I hate risking a 136 that loses me the match in turn 10, because I have this theory, but that I don't know if it is optimal or suboptimal, but
yeah, bang
I
it.
hate plays that leave me a lost match with 5-6 turns ahead of me, because it's boring. So you try to avoid those situations.
So it looks like Bright is just basically going, I'll take you to overtime, and if I win the toss, you fucked.
And also, well, if he had that KO back, screening and slowing down the dwarfs and prevent them from scoring, it's on the
It's possible.
on the book. It's possible.
Yeah.
Without that KO back, it's harder.
Yeah, I'd almost let him score. I'd almost like just retreat.
Yeah, you need every piece you can have. Whoa, that's a deep kick. That's a really deep kick.
No, if that's no touchback.
If it is a touchback, it's gonna be overtime.
Yeah.
But you are so happy on overtime because it's a 50% win for you despite the attrition that you have suffered.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It may scatter out. Yeah.
To be honest, if this is not like if it doesn't scatter out, it's not so big unless Dio loses 2 turns to pick that ball up. I
Yeah,
have suffered
yeah.
that.
If he 1 in 9s to pick up.
If he 1 in 9s the pick up twice, then he's in deep shit. But if there are so many turns and so few elves that he may have time enough to safely
It's,
go to
what,
overtime.
11 against 8, I guess?
Yes, it is 11 against 8, but we will see a blitz. We will see another hit on an elf. 3 will go down, so you can expect. Bright is being lucky right now, but you could expect like 5 players standing every turn, not more.
A dub skull would be interesting here. Where do I put this? I'll put this.
That 1 and 9 is really interesting because the problem now is that Dio invested into taking the tree down. If 5 elves or 6 elves take the field and Dio doesn't pick up, he's in that movement he made with the God Blitzer to secure the tree going down. I think is so risky because if the tree doesn't go down, you suddenly have 3 players.
He failed Dauntless. No.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, he allowed. Of course, he allowed a push because now he can't get the second hit. Yeah. And he's failed the Dauntless again.
That's a push.
He's staying firm there. Yeah?
So see, you have now 3 players deep in your field, 1 Longbeard trying to support them,
Dio
and we will see
in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, if Bright had chances to win this in this half, it was through what happened here with a deep kick that is not a touchback, and Dio investing 1 more player on that play that goes badly, and if he doesn't 1 and 36 any dodge or anything, I think that Dio will see himself totally split, and we will see a decent attempt for the word answers to go in. Not in this turn, in the next.
But I don't think he can like once he goes in, I don't think he can shield them from like rear charges. Like.
Yeah, but it is I mean, you try it and then you stay prone, let him score, go to overtime. But you need to try to win.
Yeah, like he has the cushion of knowing that he has to score. Yeah, I understand. But he can't lose any players. So he can, but
you can lose actually.
Yeah.
you still can lose like 2 elves.
Oh, but that's like. But then you have to win the toss.
Yeah, of course, but that's fair enough, right? If I have a 50% chance of winning the match against Dio after 16 turns, I'm happy with myself, you know? And I can see Bright happy with that situation.
I cook dinner, I tidy up, I look after your child all day.
Not the only one having been in trouble with music. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. I also have to play and stream from the kitchen so often.
The kitchen is where it's at, mate. That's where the beer is.
Okay.
Yeah, Dio's in.
It's where the beer is. I love that one.
Like, how is it even? Like, it looks so good. Like, if you go back to
it
turn
looks
8,
so tough for Dionysian. It looks so tough. I mean, I wouldn't have considered even a pass to the God Blitzer that he just moved after blitzing the War Dancer, you know?
It could be like 3-1. Oh! Right, so it's just... That's a reroll, which is for overtime.
So, with
no
this...
armor break.
I see a cage here.
Yeah.
and there's going to be a shot from the elves with a leap, right?
Yeah, it's an arcade, isn't it?
But by the way, Dio, I think I don't like that ball carrier there. I think that's a mistake because it is when you play Kislev, and I guess that with Woodies it is the same. You are so happy when your opponent stays 2 squares away from a leaper. You always need to try to stay 1 more square away from the leap, because right now the strip ball wall dancer only needs a leap, that's a 3+, to get red dice on the ball. Red dice on the ball is great here. The scatter, the direction of the blitz is optimal. It is. I would buy a leap with red dice with a reroll on the ball on a non-block ball carrier. It's just fine.
That was terrifying.
I don't think I would move any elf. I would just go for the leap, and that's why Dio should have. On automatic, you stay 2 squares away from the side to prevent the scatter on the side, right?
He's not going for it.
No, he's not going for it. He's trying to delay this score.
Yeah. Well, why go for it? Yeah, I don't think he needs to right now.
I would have gone for it. I'm gonna samba the 2 red dice on the ball.
A lot of pushes.
If you now apply pressure there, you can lose a lot of elves.
This is going to be a huge upset in my eyes. I guess it weren't an upset, but I really expected Dio to win this. The 1 turn just changed it dramatically.
If you invest a reroll, it is a 35% play. 35% play to get the ball loose, with 5 turns for the
but he has
Dwarfs
got
to
a runner
lose the
right
match.
next to it though. So you jump in, you strip it, and then what do you do from there? I'd rather just hold on to that for a couple of turns. Like Dio's really deep. He's got 4 turns to score. Like, and he's really deep. Yeah, there you go. Like, I know that right now, if I was in this game, I would want to be the Wood Elves. Well, he has to blitz the wrestle.
Dionysian has 5 turns with this one, right?
Oh, he's not. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, with this one, yeah.
Yeah, man, I would have definitely gone for that 35%. It is a 35% that wins me the match.
I think there's gonna be one more attempt, mate. I think there's gonna be one more go at this.
Yeah, but now the scatter is not as good. And the scatter is like, it's such an important part of the play.
Yeah. Oh. The tree's rooted, it don't matter.
Now I wouldn't go in now. I would just screen.
You got 4 turns. And dwarves ain't good at moving sideways.
Of course, I would need a lot of dodges, but because you need those 2 elves in the back to reposition in your field.
How many dodge? You need the catcher. Right, okay, I'd blitz this here.
He moved slow this turn, but the potential is what matters, and the potential for next turn, if Bright doesn't set up a proper screen, is that he is in range to score in the next turn. So he's moving actually really fast, and Bright is going for it now.
Yeah, he's going. He's in, mate. He's in. No. Yes.
Got him.
Where's this ball going? Great scatter for Bright.
Is it?
Where else is it going to go? It's either going to go one forward or one... Like, I think that is the best scatter out of the three.
The best scatter would be into a dwarf that doesn't catch it, and then in front of the war dancer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But now, let's say that you do this in the previous turn. The scatter was amazing. I mean, he had only 2 dwarves, and you had 3 or 5 elves. No, 4 elves. 4 elves to do what he did now. You could not only try to go for the ball, but also scram the ball.
He should have just left it. Once it's scattered, he should have just left it, I think.
These are elves, you know. You always try to go for the 3+.
Yeah.
Those 3+ win you the match. But I'm so pissed off that he didn't try the same thing like a moment ago.
Teamies, is it over or is it still going on? Or is it over? I mean, I would argue that Rick had like a crazy team. Just ended. Yeah, I can do it.
We will see though another match from Rick, right? In the losers bracket. That's a big mighty blow on the war dancer. You do scatter there the ball because you may have a lucky catch, and since there are no opponents and there's no way that ball can go in a terrible position, you are happy with the scatter. Mighty blow not kicking in there is huge. I don't know if Bright can afford to use that reroll that is left because he needs it for overtime. If he wins overtime.
He can't reroll anything now. Surely. And Dio would be aware of that.
Now Dio is just...
Yeah, easy.
Alexa, set a timer for 11
free in.
11 minutes, starting now.
Your Alexa is so cool.
She's really loud. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'll just take the 1 dealer.
So I guess that now I would, if I was Bright, just get
Stay
my
down.
elves,
Stay down.
yes, get my elves out of trouble and hope for winning the toss. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 GFI.
He's going for it.
He's going in.
What?
Oh no, he's not going in.
No, okay. Weird. That was weird.
I guess he's trying to reposition his elves so he can threaten the ball in the next turn, or in turn 16. Maybe to force him to score early and have another shot at the 1 turn, maybe. But that ends it. This is the decision, right? You need to choose whether to risk your players and try to
Defend.
very unlikely force
it.
him to score early, or just leave it and accept the 50%. It does come with a risk because players are fragile and you lose players for the overtime. So it is an aggressive call, and if one thing we may agree is that Bright is an aggressive coach.
Oh yeah, he's been aggressive the whole game. He won't get another one-turn touchdown, Kyodor. He won't get one because this is Dio's drive. So
He can only get it if he
if Dio
pushes
scores
that.
early, yeah,
Yeah.
and he won't. Like, at all. Like, there's no way in hell Dio scores 10-15. He'll do stupid stuff to avoid scoring 10-15. He just blitzes the catcher with the sure hands. And then, how far is this dancer?
Man, I cannot forget that forward cage from Dio that wasn't punished. I have it in my head. If I was right there, I would have
Oh,
done
blitz.
things totally different.
Yes, he's gonna blitz the dancer. Only. Nope. But then you can't leap. It's a 2+ dodge. To the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you can't even make it now. You can take the red dice on the catcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yes, cut a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
With a leap,
8,
he with GFIs and a leap, he has 1D on the ball. He leaps to the right of the guard blitzer, then continues on a 2+, then 3+, 4+, and if he gets the assist from the sure hands, he has a 1D on the ball. And the other runner, yeah, like that. So now leaps behind the guard blitzer,
Right here.
and then it is a 2+, 4+, 3+, 3+, 4+, and 1D. But he fails the leap, and you cannot re-roll that.
Yeah, you can't. Is that an arm break? No. Right now.
That was a good shot at the ball.
I wouldn't say good. It was a shot at the ball.
Well, I've seen worse.
Yeah. And they work. Yeah. 100%.
I've seen worse. I mean, if you do that 3+, that leap, there are no tackles. No players with tackle in your way. It is a 2+, 3+, 4+ with dodge. You can even make it 3+, 3+, 2+, if you see that you're failing one of the dodges.
Can't believe Rick's game's over already.
Not a lot to do with when you are 3 Tom Guardians down.
Yeah. Oh, huge KO.
Yep, that was big.
Absolutely huge.
No war dancer. Well, he has a tackle war dancer.
The leader Kaz was huge.
Not having an apple was huge.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I'm not saying it is a bad call. I'm saying it is a very aggressive call. Because one of the things that you measure when you decide whether to have an apple and whether to use an apple is the value of the player that you're gonna apple, and the value of Wood Elf players, it's like so huge. Not only they are 70k or whatever, they are expensive, but the value on the pitch is amazing.
Yeah, he's given up. He's just trying to keep whatever's ready
Yeah.
for one turn. Well, not
Big
one turn.
coin flipping come in.
Overtime. And then Dio can't foul because he hasn't got a bribe. Right.
Would you foul with a bribe there?
Probably not, no. Yeah, I'll be like, no.
You like to have the bribe available in your offense, right? Because that's
Yeah.
how you safely foul.
It's like Adiv says you foul out a sequence, but with a big stake game like this, like you don't want to take any risk. 1-1. Oh, you got the dancer back. Who won the toss? Who won the toss?
Ooh. Boo.
Is it Dwarfs?
Yeah, Dwarfs won the toss.
We like to keep our commentary completely impartial. The booing was just a random sound that you heard in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not rooting for any of them. It's just
are completely
the
impartial
boo.
here, guys.
The boo was just, dwarves are boring, and now we will see dwarves not stressed out.
Yeah.
I would like
Blitz,
to see
a blitz could upset things.
Yeah.
A pitch invasion. Who's got the fame? Dio has the fame. Yeah, pitch invasion won't upset things.
But it would be more spectacular, right? That elves won the toss because 11 dwarves against 7 elves. It's not gonna be so exciting once the reroll from right is gone.
I mean, to be fair, it's like Dio's turn 8. I thought it was game over. Then you get the crazy 1 turn. Then you get the 2 turn, and then you get like a shot at the ball. The ball was sacked, and now it's like, now it's kind of like meh, back to whatever. But
it has been a beautiful match.
It's been a game. It's been a game. It's not been a non-event, which is what we want from Blood Bowl. We want competitive Blood Bowl with the correct plays being rewarded. And
I would say the correct play is being tried, right?
Yeah.
The result is irrelevant.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. Like, it's not been a complete dice in either side. It's been tactical.
No, actually, if I had to speak about the results, the odds, the lack, I would say that the elves were lucky because they were so aggressive and
didn't get punished.
Yes, they have no apple, they have no bench. In a game like this, with my Kislev armor value 8, I get 5 or 6 removals. The elves got 3.
I just think Dio's been solid. I think Dio's played it solid.
I didn't like the forward cage. It's haunting me. That forward cage.
Mate. I don't know. Like, I know what Dio's like, and I know it's probably a trap because if he goes for it and fails, then it's his reroll. Like, he's probably trying to like reroll burn on it.
I will ask him. I will ask him why.
I think that was a trap. I mean, that was
it's probably something that I don't see because Dionysian and Bright both are better coaches than me, more experienced and more talented. But I honestly think that in my book, my feeling, that was a mistake. But I will ask Dionysian about this later on.
Yeah, my co-caster is Yakastay. Yeah, Yakastay. Thank you, Negate. Yeah.
Hello, Shanky.
Yeah, Yakastay's a big guy in the association of Blood Bowl. So if you play CCL and you want to qualify and stuff, check out the association.
I'm just the clerk that runs the payments and the bookkeeping, but thanks.
Check out the association. So all the people with arse in their name is Yak's fault.
Yeah, that was a funny tag, right?
It
started as a joke because of the association.
People fear it. Like, people like queue into games and they're like, "Oh my god, he's got an ass."
Yeah, and now after some time, it has turned from a mocking joke against the association to something people fear.
Respected, yeah, absolutely. All right, 19 seconds, Bright. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm the underworld lover.
Or Kislev?
Or Kislev. I love rats too and goblins. And I love everything that is fragile, except elves. I hate elves.
The association is a collaboration of coaches that all decide to chip in like €2, €3 a season to create prize pools. So you might have seen trophies posted in certain discords. That all comes from the association. Without no association, there would be no prize. It basically brings back a prize pool for coaches. So it's run by it's run by Yak for coaches, and it's a good thing, mate. It's a good thing in my opinion. I completely.
Yeah, we don't want the CCL to be a competition without prizes.
Yeah.
Not because not because people play for money. That's not the point. The point is that when there are prizes, the competition
is better.
has, there's something about prizes that makes people feel that it is more worth investing the time. It is not the greed for money. It is that there's more recognition from the community. The community is giving to you something if you win that is material. And how material it is, how much money it is irrelevant. The thing is that you have the respect in the form of a prize and the delivery of that prize, for example,
the trophy. The trophy.
Yeah,
like, for me,
the trophy.
For me, having that trophy on my wall, or on my cabinet, that's everything. Like the fact that the association allows the trophy is
exactly
good enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's good enough.
And for example, if you qualify, you have 50, just for qualifying, you have like 50% chance of getting a small cash prize that pays for example, for your next
season subscription.
Your exactly. It pays for your
money.
next fee.
It's not big money.
It's not for money. It's just that, hey, you qualified, you did great,
well done,
and here is your fee for the next one. Keep trying hard.
Yeah, Dio is taking his time. He's like me.
Yeah. How is this song? Killing Me Softly, right?
Wow. Okay.
That's the sad way of wood elves going out of the match.
Yeah. I bet Dio was laughing at that. I bet Dio had a good little giggle at that.
That play failing is a play that makes wood elves look bad. You know, when they just die in your feet.
Mate, wood elves deserve that. Like 100%. Like I've lost.
Yeah, you know.
Bullshit. So much.
If there is something I hate more than wood elves, it's dwarves. You know. So.
I don't know. I hate them equally. Like. I genuinely don't know which one I hate more. I hate them both. Like I genuinely hate them both. And Skaven, wood elves, Skaven, and dwarfs. I think.
Yeah, but Skaven die, and when you base them, they cannot dodge out. You know.
But then, like, even when they die, they've got like 4 players that can do anything, anytime, and it's just like... He needs the power here. Oh, thank you very much.
I mean, would also start with blodge, movement, 8, leap. That's from start. It's like mad. It's nonsense.
Oh!
There is a 1D on the ball.
Wood elves win. Wood elves win.
Look,
congratulations.
There's even a score. There's even a score with the sure hands. There's a pass and a score.
Oh! He's not got block.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a Dyson.
There were huge chances there for Dionysian to lose the match on that reroll. That, you know, why that reroll?
Completely boring, pointless dicing. No, it's just right there.
I don't know if it is a dicing, but boring it is not.
No, yeah. That's true. Yeah, Dio just run. Is that the movement 4 guy though? So we're gonna have to watch this for another 3 turns at least.
That's what I was trying to
You know,
mean by
please, someone on a
killing me softly.
Yeah, someone fast catch it.
I bet you that Dio was scared with that play because the sheer hands being
Oh, that
there
could have
and
gone
the
anywhere.
catcher.
That could have gone anywhere. Like, if that goes on the guard blitzer without tackle, I don't know where the short hands guy goes, but
The sure hand was like 3 or 4 squares away from the scatter.
yeah.
It was so easy, so open.
Right, I'm gonna turn my camera off quick. I'll be back. I don't know where the I don't know. Hang on. There we go. I don't know where the games are going on because like Rick's game is finished already. No, Davo. Yeah, I'm not just gonna munch in front of you guys. It's just rude.
You can see that negating. Yeah, exactly. That's the link with the money that has been distributed so far in the year and a half. By the way, we are close to 1 year and a half life of the associations. It's been quite a way. How do you say it in English? A trip, quite a trip.
Journey.
Journey. Thank you.
Yeah, this is over.
Yep. Dimi, I love casting with you, but next time you invite me to cast something, make sure it is not Wood Elves against Dwarfs.
I didn't get to choose.
Them.
I didn't get to choose. It was I blame Gdanik. I was glad to cast Dio, and I was glad to cast Bright as well. Like Bright, I've played him only once, but like you know when you played a game with Bright, you know how good he is. And
Yeah, I mean, coach-wise, it's a
one of the
perfect
best.
match.
Yeah, one of the best.
It cannot get better. But races-wise,
Yeah. Oh, mate, massively.
I mean,
yeah, massively.
I mean, if the Wood Elves win, they win 3-0 up. if and it is so boring because the Dwarfs trying to score twice or 3 times in 6 turns, it's so boring. And at the same time, if Wood Elves get removed and into this situation, it's so boring to see the Dwarfs slowly going in. So that's probably summarizing why I hate them.
I think a huge thing was losing the leader so early.
Yeah. But anyway, there were mistakes. That's another thing I love from Bloodbowl, that some people may say that they play perfect matches and they lose because of dice, but actually you always make mistakes. Always make mistakes. Dionysian makes mistakes every match. Bright makes mistakes every match. I'm pretty sure that it is so hard to find a match without a single mistake.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a matter of looking for them.
And it's 1 minute as well, so it's like even harder.
Yeah, and you're gonna make mistakes.
Look at that foul. GG Dio, well played. Unlucky Bright. Yep. Genuinely unlucky. The one zone was amazing.
Well, Bright goes to the losers bracket,
yeah.
right?
Who's he get? It's either Jimmy or Colian.
I would like to see Colin playing because I will face him in the next round of the playoffs.
Colian's really good, mate. I think he's good anyway. Like, personally. 18 armor breaks versus 3.
And I'm surprised he got 3. So,
Absolute
Dimi.
boring dicing.